143, page 1 of 43. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, an Introduction. Programming Manual. Operations Research Technical Manual, TW-SW79051. The following document is taken from two sources. The first was acquired on a website, of which I can't remember the address, listing as its source. The book title, Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper, Light Technology Publishing, 1991. The second source is a crudely copied booklet which does not contain a copyright notice or a publisher's name, with the exception of the foreword, the preface. The main thing that was missing from the first source was the illustrations. As we began comparing the two, we realized that the illustrations and the accompanying text, also missing from the first, made up a significant part of the document. This has now been restored by The Lawful Path, and so far as I know is the only internet copy available complete with the illustrations. We have no first-hand knowledge that this document is genuine. However, many of the concepts contained herein are certainly reasonable, important, and bear strong consideration. If anyone has additional knowledge about the source of this document, has better copies of the illustrations than the ones posted here, has any missing pieces to this document, or has any comments which can improve upon the quality of this document, we will appreciate your comments. The Lawful Path. Come forward. This manuscript was delivered to our offices by an unknown person. We did not steal the document, nor are we involved with any theft from the United States government, and we did not get the document by way of any dishonest methods. We feel that we are not endangering the national security by reproducing this document. Quite the contrary, it has been authenticated, and we feel that we are not only within our rights to publish it, but morally bound to do so. Regarding the training manual, you may have detected that we had to block out the marginal notes made by the selectee at the CIA Training Center, but I can assure you that the manual is authentic and was printed for the purpose of introducing the selectee to the conspiracy. It has been authenticated by 4 different technical writers. For military, page 1 of 43, page 2 of 43. Intelligence, one just recently retired who wants very much to have this manual distributed throughout the world, and one who is still employed as an electronics engineer by the federal government and has access to the entire series of training manuals. One was stationed in Hawaii and held the highest security clearance in the Naval Intelligence, and another who is now teaching at a university and has been working with the Central Intelligence Agency for a number of years and wants out before the axe falls on the conspirators. We believe that the entire world should know about this plan, so we distributed internationally 100 of these manuscripts to ask individuals at top-level positions their opinions. The consensus opinion was to distribute this to as many people as wanted it, to the end that they would not only understand that war had been declared against them, but would be able to properly identify the true enemy to humanity. D. Later to Ross preface. Conspiracy theories are nothing new to history. Plots to kill Caesar and overthrow Rome abounded, for instance. However, it is seldom the concrete clues to such plots come to light and are generally known. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, an Introduction Programming Manual, was uncovered quite by accident on July 7, 1986, when an employee of Boeing Aircraft Co. purchased a surplus IBM copier for scrap parts at a sale and discovered inside details of a plan hatched in the embryonic days of the Cold War, which called for control of the masses through manipulation of industry, people's pastimes, education, and political leanings. It called for a quiet revolution, putting brother against brother and diverting the public's attention from what is really going on. The document you are about to read is real. It is reprinted in its virgin form with diagrams as a touch of reality. Table of contents. Forward. Preface. Security. Historical introduction. Political introduction. Energy. Descriptive introduction of the silent weapon. Theoretical introduction. Page 2 of 43. Page 3 of 43. General energy concepts. Mr. Rothschild's energy discovery. Apparent capital as paper inductor. Breakthrough application in economics. The economic model. Industrial diagram. 3 industrial class segregation. The model. Economic inductance. Inductive factors to consider. Translation. Time flow relationships and self-destructive oscillations. Industry equivalent circuits. Stages of schematic simplification. Generalization. Final bill of goods. The technical coefficients. The household industry. Household models. Economic shock testing. Introduction to the theory of shock testing. Example of shock testing. Introduction to economic amplifier. Short list of input. Short list of outputs. Table of strategies. Diversion. The primary strategy. Diversion. Summary. Consent. The primary victory. Amplification. Energy sources. Logistics. The artificial and the political structure of a nation. Dependency. Action. Offense. Responsibility. Summary. System analysis. The draft. Enforcement. The following document, dated May 1979, was found on July 7, 1986 in an IBM copier. It had been purchased at a surplus sale. Page 3 of 43. Page 4 of 40. 43 TOP Secret Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars Operations Research Technical Manual TN-SW79051. Welcome aboard. This publication marks the 25th anniversary of the Third World War, called the Quiet War, being conducted using subjective biological warfare fought with silent weapons. This book contains an introductory description of this war, its strategies, and its weaponry. May 1979, number 741120. Security. It is patently impossible to discuss social engineering or the automation of a society, i.e. the engineering of social automation systems, silent weapons, on a national or worldwide scale without implying extensive objectives of social control and destruction of human life, i.e. slavery and genocide. This manual is in itself an analog declaration of intent. Such a writing must be secured from public scrutiny, otherwise it might be recognized as a technically formal declaration of domestic war. Furthermore, whenever any person or a group of persons in a position of great power and without full knowledge and consent of the public uses such knowledge and methodologies for economic conquest, it must be understood that if state of domestic warfare exists between said person or group of persons and the public, the solution of today's problems requires an approach which is ruthlessly candid, with no agonizing over religious, moral, or cultural values. You have qualified for this project because of your ability to look at human society with cold objectivity and yet analyze and discuss your observations and conclusions with others of similar intellectual capacity without the loss of discretion or humility. Such virtues are exercised in your own best interest. Do not deviate from them. Historical introduction. Silent weapon technology has evolved from operations research or strategic and tactical methodology developed under the military management and emerged during page 4 of 43. Silent weapons for quiet wars. Open with Google Docs. Displaying silent weapons for quiet wars. Page 1 of 43.